News of the day and whatnot. Today, we start off with Patrick Berglund's on waivers with the Buffalo Sabres. They're terminating his contract. Same thing that happened with Jake Dotchin, easy for me to say, earlier this year with the Tampa Bay Lightning, where Tampa Bay is like, okay, Dotchin came in overweight. We're just going to terminate his contract because we're tired of this. And in this case, it just seems like it's not working with Berglund and Buffalo, and Berglund doesn't want to be there. From everything that's come out to this point, it just looks like Berglund just doesn't want to play for him. May not be happy with his role with the team, whatnot. He's only put up 4 points. I can't see anybody taking him on waivers, not with the way he's been pouting about being in Buffalo. No. So it'll be interesting to see if, after the contract's been terminated, whether he goes and plays in Europe or can anybody in the NHL find a spot in their roster for him. I would be very reticent to do so. I really, honestly, if I was a GM, I would say, you know what, I can't take him. Even if I thought he could help my roster, because it would be like, you know what, the way he's been in Buffalo, I can't do that. So I'll be interested to see what happens, and if another GM gives him a league minimum contract and just says, here, play your way onto the team, and if he'd accept that. Jujhar Khaira is having a hearing for a cross-check in last night's game on Dunn, and yet I was reading that Dunn's been fined for a cross-check in the same game. So some fun stuff going on there, and of course, Canuck fans who expected Martel to get all these games and he should be suspended. Nothing's happening with that. There won't be any hearing or suspension. I didn't anticipate a suspension either. This is why I don't talk about all the controversial hits and all that stuff on the night of games, because I don't want to talk about something, get everybody all riled up, and then, the day after nothing happens. So I don't want to sensationalize things. Can I understand why the league didn't suspend? Yeah, probably. There's hits in every game. I think, the thing that bothers me right now? If a guy throws a clean hit in a game, he has to fight. This is where we've got. If you throw a really good, solid, clean hit, you're expected to fight. You hit somebody, drop the gloves. It's legal. It's not against the rules. So silly. I see it a lot where it's like, somebody will throw a hit and then somebody will come over and just ragdoll them. Like, how dare you do that? Okay. We're going to start doing that after goals too? Anyhow. So Khaira's having a hearing, and I might have a video later on that if something happens to him. Mike Sullivan's come out and refuted a reported rift with both Evgeny Malkin and Phil Kessel. This is ridiculous. Honestly, every single season, and it seems like now we're up to twice a season, we have rumors that Phil Kessel and Mike Sullivan don't get along. They've won 2 Stanley Cups together. They know how to make it work. And Malkin, well, what are they going to get rid of Sullivan then? I don't think so. And the way Malkin's been playing for the last month, he should have a rift with himself. He hasn't been putting up very many points. Kessel started picking it up, but Malkin needs to make sure that he's consistently the best player on the ice. And I say on the ice because him and Sidney Crosby play on different lines, so they're not usually out there together. But this is that whole media thing where it's like, oh, there's a rift. I don't know. There's always reports out of Toronto about rifts between Babcock and players too. I think part of it is that when the media sees a coach who's kind of tough and says not always wonderful things and doesn't coddle his players, they automatically seem to pick up on this. Oh, there's a rift. There's something there. There's a problem. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Chara and Bergeron are practicing with the team. They're not taking contact yet, though, but Kevin Miller is. So Kevin Miller's almost back. We'll see what it does for Boston with Chara and Bergeron back, but I'm not holding my breath for things to get a whole lot better. Only because you can't count on recovery from injury, meaning that your team's record's going to get a whole lot better. Gritty took down Santa's in a video that's gone viral. I have to say, and it was during in between periods, and these guys are just skating around wearing Santa costumes. The whole Gritty thing continues to be this major thing for the NHL, for the Flyers as well. Probably the most successful thing the Flyers have done all year is hiring a mascot that scared the hell out of us when he was first revealed, which says a lot about the state of the Flyers as a team right now. But Gritty may be second behind bringing up Carter Hart if Hart can keep playing really well. and then I use this to segue into Tommy Hawk. So mascots are funny people. I know that we had a mascot at my high school. Every high school has a mascot. Who do you put in the mascot's outfit costume? A pretty tough guy. You're not going to put some small, wiry guy in that costume because you take abuse. Tommy Hawk took abuse from a fan and decided he'd had enough, and headlocked him and took him down. I thought it was warranted from what I'd heard that this fan was being very disrespectful. You have to assume that the guy in that outfit, while it may look silly and fun for the kids on the outside, the guy in that outfit can handle himself. He has to be able to, because dealing with drunk fans, dealing with abuse, it's there. So I guarantee the guy in that gritty outfit, pretty tough guy. Tommy Hawk, pretty tough guy. Vancouver, whoever wears that Finn costume, again, likely a pretty tough guy. It's been standard for as long as I have followed sports. So if you're at a game and you're like, I'm going to make fun of the mascot, that might be the worst mistake you make of your life. Because for this fan, he didn't just get beat up. They didn't just videotape it. He got beat up by a guy in a bird costume. You don't have any credentials at all once you've been beat up by a guy in a bird costume. Now, if the guy wasn't wearing the costume, he was legit big and tough and looked it, fine. But because he's wearing the bird costume, you look like an idiot. Anyways, there you go. That's your news of the day, and I understand this was a few days ago, but I wanted to have a time where I can't just do a video about the Tommy Hawk incident. It doesn't make any sense to just talk about that. But with Gritty, I'll go ahead and go into this as well. And I'm starting to get a good feel for a lot of the mascots around the league. One thing I've noticed with Gritty is that teams are starting to really talk more and push their mascots more. It seems that way anyways, that when I'm watching the hockey games, there's more mascot talk. And there's more mascot commercials and segments. There's a Blues one that's actually kind of fun. If you haven't seen it, where the Blues mascot is being taught to do angry faces and tough faces and whatever. And then he's walking down the hallway, and Jake Allen's like, hey. And he's like, what the hell's his problem? And he looks so angry today. I thought it was a cute commercial, because, of course, the mask never changes, so the mood looks exactly the same. And the kids here find it entertaining. They think that commercial's pretty funny. So there you go. Don't pick a fight with a mascot. You're going to lose. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose. Because you don't put the little guy in the mascot's outfit. You just can't. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Again, tomorrow we're going to be in the air. We're going to be traveling a lot. Watch for tonight. I'm going to post a preview for tomorrow's games. And then I'm probably going to do some videos on my phone while we're in transit. But this will probably, like, if there's a news thing, it'll probably be Friday before I do one. And it'll probably be from the hotel room, I would think. Unless we have a spot in Vegas where we can shoot. So, like the Bellagio fountains, for instance, might be kind of fun. Just throwing that out there. And the funny thing is, I'll throw this into, Yvonne's like, what, you're going to carry around a board? And I'm like, any other city in North America? My answer is no. In Vegas, not the weirdest thing they've seen that day. Guaranteed not the weirdest thing they've seen that day. I can carry around a board and my computer and all that. Now, it's Vegas, so I can probably get away with it in Las Vegas, especially on the Strip, where a lot of weird things go down. And I might very well document some of that. Thank you guys so much for being out there and making it worth being in here. Don't worry about me being sick today. I am doing everything I can to make sure that I feel better for tomorrow. And including hopefully being able to breathe tonight while I try to sleep. Anyways, there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.